This is Your Anxiety Toolkit, episode number 136. Welcome to Your Anxiety Toolkit. I'm your host, Kimberley Quinlan. This podcast is fueled by three main goals. The first goal is to provide you with some extra tools to help you manage your anxiety. Second goal, to inspire you. Anxiety doesn't get to decide how you live your life. And number three, and I leave the best for last, is to provide you with one big, fat virtual hug. Because experiencing anxiety ain't easy. If that sounds good to you, let's go. Welcome back, lovely, lovely people. How are you all? It is quite a windy day here. So if you hear any bangs and funny sounds in the background, that is because we are having crazy, crazy winds here in Los Angeles. So bear with me. Okay, today's episode is the 8 things you need to know today. And the reason I really wanted to share this with you is I have been attending this class recently, and one of the questions she posed to us is, what is it that you need to hear? What is it that you wish could be whispered in your ear every day for the rest of your life? And when I journaled on this, it kind of came over me that we all need this practice. We all need to stop and ask ourselves, what do I need and what do I need to hear, right? So I took a wild guess and I picked 8 of the things that I thought you needed to hear today. And I'm going to share those with you step by step. Before I do so, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Number 1, for those of you who live in the Denver area or want to travel to the Denver area, now is the time. OCD Game Changers is coming up. It is March 7th in Denver. You absolutely will love this event. I love it. I got to attend last year and it was so touching and beautiful and moving and inspiring. And I would just love to see you guys there. So if you would like, please go to the show notes. You can click on the link and sign up there for tickets. Or you can go to ocdgamechangers.com/events/. Okay. In addition to that, I have a little bit of exciting news for you. It's time for ERP school to be back. Woo! Yes, I'm so excited. ERP school will be back on February 27th. We will have the cart open for you to purchase ERP school. For those of you who don't know what ERP school is an online course I created mostly because I was getting over and over requests from people to get help with their OCD, but they either lived remotely, or there were no OCD therapists in their area, or they couldn't afford the therapy. And I was just heartbroken by this. I felt like I was turning people away with no solutions except a book, which is great. Books are great, but I wanted to give more. So I created ERP School. It is a step-by-step online training where I show you the same things that I do in my office, the different kinds of exposures, the different kinds of OCD, how to apply mindfulness, how to apply compassion, how to apply all of the tools. It's approximately 5 hours every single year I add to it, mostly because of the feedback I get. I get a bunch of feedback on what was great and what they wanted more of, and then I add to it, and I'll continue to add to it. I really love providing more and more and more. It's a 5-hour course. We are getting it transcribed, so you can also have the written part of it as well. And it's coming very, very soon. So if you want information on this, I strongly encourage you to join our newsletter. You can go over to cbtschool.com and click on free resources. It's right at the top. Sign up for the newsletter. It'll send you all the links as soon as it's available. And you'll also get an email from me once a week with tools and podcasts and information and events and all the things. So I am thrilled to share that with you. And you'll be hearing more from me on that over the next couple of weeks. Now, last thing before we move over to the episode, we need to do the I Did a Hard Thing segment. And today's I Did a Hard Thing was by a member of the Facebook group, CBT School Campus, and she wrote, "Another hard thing with my OCD is work. A hard thing I did related to my OCD is that when I go to work, my job triggers me big time. So getting out of bed and going to work is one of the hardest things. And by the end of the day, I feel like I've done 2 days worth of work and it's just too much for my brain." And oh my goodness, how many people, raise your hand if you feel this way, that anxiety gets in the way and makes you feel like you're doing 2 jobs. I think we can all really resonate with that. So thank you so much for submitting that. Please, if you are interested, you can submit it. I often do a poll in the Facebook group, or I do one on Instagram. You can go over on Instagram and follow me at Kimberley Quinlan, and you can see a bunch of content there as well. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Oh wait, one more thing. If you have time and if you are pleased, if you feel so inclined, I would love if you could take a few minutes out of your day to leave a review for this podcast. The reason I really am pushing for that isn't just to stroke my ego. It's because when I pitch for amazing people to come on the podcast, they look at the reviews and they look at how many reviews you have. A lot of people kind of assume the amount of reviews kind of gives an indication of how many people that listen, and that's absolutely not true. But if you have a moment and you feel so inclined, please do go over. You can leave a review on iTunes or wherever you listen. I would be so grateful. And please make it honest. I don't need it to be all positive. Please give me an honest review because I love getting that information so I know where I can grow. So again, please do that if you get a moment. Okie dokie. Let's get to the episode. Okay. So here we go. The 8 things you need to know today. I'm going to go straight into it. Number 1, it is okay to feel whatever you are feeling. I have found from my work as a therapist, but also as my work as being a human being, that the most struggles, the most suffering that is created in our lives is the judgment we place on what we're feeling or thinking, right? We tell ourselves we're good. We tell ourselves we're bad. We tell ourselves this is going to get worse. We tell ourselves all of these things and we judge it and then we try to push it away. And all that ends up doing is increasing our suffering and creating 2 problems now. And so what I really want you to know today is that it's okay to feel whatever you are feeling. There is no good or bad feeling. All of the feelings have a right to show up. In fact, the more they show up and the more you allow them to show up, the more safety you're going to experience around those emotions. So I urge you to remember, it's okay to feel whatever you are feeling. Number 2, your thoughts do not define your worth. This is a big one, especially for my anxious folks. It's very common that I see in my office, people come in and declare that their thoughts make them a bad person. Only bad people would have these thoughts, or only bad people would have this much anxiety, or only, unworthy people would feel this depressed and terrible all the time. And this could not be further from the truth, right? Your thoughts and your feelings and whatever is coming up for you has nothing to do with your worth. And this is a topic that I am so passionate about. Your worth, guess what? It's abundant. Your worth is always there. It never changes. And no one has more worth over you, right? Okay, so in Western society, we're going to argue with that, right? We're going to go, well, net worth, financial worth, but that's not what I'm talking about. Even those who have financial, a big bank account, doesn't make them more worthy. Your worth is in you. It was given to you the moment you were created on this earth, and it doesn't change. Nobody has more than you. You don't have more than anybody else. This is something we share as a human race. And your thoughts have nothing to do with this. Your feelings have nothing to do with your worth, and it does not define your value here on this earth. So I wanted you to know that, and I figured you needed to hear that today. Number 3, there is nothing you need to change. Interesting. I know you're all listening because you want change and you want things to change. You want to get information from me so that you can make your life better. But let's actually flip that upside down and say, what if you didn't have to change anything? What if you just, like we said in point 1 and 2, you just felt what you felt and you let your thoughts come and you loved with your whole heart, and everything that you're experiencing is okay. You're allowed to feel this way. And what if there's nothing about you that needed to change? What if we could just sit in this moment and be with ourselves, knowing that at this moment, nothing about you needs to change. You're enough. Think about that. Right now, nothing about you needs to change. You are who you are, and you're special because of that, right? Sometimes I think we have to get off this, I'm trying to get better wagon. And believe me, I am really, really, I've had my time with this, and I still have my time with this, where it's a constant betterment, improvement, get to the top of the mountain. And you know what? It doesn't make us feel better about ourselves. It might for a short period of time. But ultimately, we don't need to run up that hill because nothing about you needs to change. Okay? It's a big topic. I'm sure it brings up some stuff for you. Just ponder on it and think about it for a little bit. Number 4, you are supported. Now, a lot of you may have wonderful, wonderful support systems. A lot of you may not. And for those of you who may not have that support system, I want you to know you are supported over here. I do my best. I know I'm not perfect at it, but I do my best to make sure you have a warm and safe place to be you, right? And we have some incredible people in this community because we have that safe place. And the people in our CBT school community support you. There's tons of ways you can get support just in this teeny tiny community. You could go to the Facebook group. You could go over to Instagram where people are commenting and sharing and giving people, a high five virtually, right? You could, again, just listen to the podcast and know that I'm here to support you in your life's journey. That's such an honor for me, and that you are supported, right? Maybe physically we're not there with you, but we're very much here as a community for you. And so I really felt that you maybe needed to know that today. Number 5, here's a big one. We will not give up on you. Okay, I'm not going to give up on you because I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that every single one of you have strengths that will see you through whatever it is that you're going through. I really believe that you have you have the tools, even if you don't have all of them, you have these basic tools that we've already just called out, in these last points, but you have enough, you are enough, right? And so I'm not going to give up on you. But when I say we will not give up on you, I mean you and me. You and I are not going to give up on you. And I need you to get on board with that. You can't give up on you either. Sometimes, well, actually, I would go as far as to say all the time, the biggest reason we have trust issues with ourselves is because we've given up on ourselves in the past. We haven't followed through. And that's not your fault. We're all doing the best you can. But I urge you, please do not give up on you, because I'm not giving up on you. So let's do it together. Okay. Number 6. I've said this maybe 4 or 5 times already, but I think you might need to hear it again. Number 6, you are enough. How does that feel? I'll say it again. You are enough. I'd like you to try it on for size. I want you to repeat to me either out loud or, silently. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. How does that feel? Some people say it makes them feel fabulous, and some people say it makes them feel very, very uncomfortable. But I'm here to tell you, you are enough, right? You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to have it figured out. Let's go back to point number 3. There's nothing about you need to change. You're enough, right? Try it on. Wear it around a little. Play with it. Maybe the wording doesn't feel right to you and you can change it and modify it for your own needs, but you are enough. Number 7, this moment is temporary. I know, even just what I've brought up so far is probably bringing up some big feelings for you, some strong feelings. Or maybe you're not feeling anything at all and you're judging yourself because you're not feeling anything at all. It's funny how we do that. And in that idea and in that process, we tend to get caught up in the badness of it or the fear of it, right? And I'm here to tell you that this moment is temporary, even if it's uncomfortable. Every moment will come and go and come and go. And it's temporary. It's something that will pass with time. And here is where I say, and oh my goodness, I'm learning this every single day, and I will be for the rest of my life. We have to practice patience. Patience is where most of our recovery is. And I strongly believe that. I really believe that. We have to be patient. We have to wait out our anxiety. We have to sit with our feelings. We have to give things time. We have to give ourselves time to heal. We can't push that. We can't make it go faster. Just quit pushing yourself. It's too much. Slow down. This moment is temporary. And last of all, number 8, I feel like giving you a drum roll right now. Number 8 is you deserve love and peace. In the class that I'm taking, once we reflected on what it is we needed and what we needed to hear and what we needed to be whispered in our ear, when everyone reflected, every single person, different gender, different sexual preference, different race, different height, different, everything, a whole bunch of people who are different. Pretty much every single person's needs, what they needed that day, was to feel loved and to feel peaceful. We're a huge race of similar people. We're more alike than we are different. And you and everybody deserve love and peace. It is there inside you. Sometimes mental illness comes in and, is very cloudy over that, but it's still in you. And it will come out again with time, particularly if you can practice some of the steps that we've gone through today. So there they are. They are the 8 things that I felt you needed to know today. Now, even if you took 1 point with you today, I'll be happy. Just take 1. You don't have to take them all. But, ponder on these, practice these, dabble in them. See what works for you. But these are things that I'm working through. These are things that I would love for you to be dabbling in, and if possible, really going towards mastering, making that a part of your day. That would make me so happy. Okay. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. I'm sorry, I actually have a little bit of a sore throat, so forgive me if I sound a little weird and my voice goes up and down here as we go. I'm so grateful for you. I am so, so grateful for your support for all the things that I'm doing right now. And I'm really, really excited about the next couple of weeks. We've got some amazing, exciting things happening, a couple of really great announcements coming up. So again, have a wonderful day. It is a beautiful day to do hard things. Please note that this podcast or any other resources from cbtschool.com should not replace professional mental health care. If you feel you would benefit, please reach out to a provider in your area. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for supporting cbtschool.com.